And we're back. Your boy JoeThunder.
Chill Baticons. Because I had to fist fight my whole my whole youth. Man.
You're always fighting?
Man. If you ever run into Mac and D, ask around about them. D will tell you, I got in a fight as a kid, and he saw both of them. The first time these kids jumped me, one of them hit me with the damn pool ball, and they was beating me with a pool stick. So I blacked out.
Damn.
And he was pulling them off of me. I was like, all right, bet. So like the next week, I went in there and did the same thing to them two kids. Right. So he was pulling me off of them. He's like, yo, man, you little monster, bitch. I was like, you seen what they did to me last week? He was like, it was justified. I'm just saying. So, it was always like that. All my friends, we done fought. They just, it's like a rites of passage in the black neighborhood. Stop that shit.
Oh, there was a time when we used to catch the heads, you know what I mean?
That's all we did. Because it wasn't no guns. Like how y'all got guns now, we wasn't shooting like that. The shooter, if there was a shooter, we knew exactly who he was. Because he was the only motherfucker that could get a gun. Right. We didn't have guns like that. So, I was moving like that. And we was, I was big on the Combaticon Transformer thing. When I put it together with hip hop, cause my imagination, like in that song we was listening to, hit my imagination switch and watch the battle worsen. As they swarm the physical atoms of the shape changer, transform my poisonous molecules into toxic vapor. They begin to cough. I knock a couple hundred off. I pursue through the body residue, but they're in regions, waiting to battle me in their legions. Will I make it? Can I take it when they all jump upon me? Being overwhelmed by the zombies. Right? Yeah. So this is 90s stuff. But I was like, this is what is the thing. And so I go to the World Supremacy 91. I don't even get a chance to do my transformation. Super Nat is transforming on the damn stage, going underwater doing his thing. So I'm like, all right. So me and Super Nat meet at Shaquille O'Neal's birthday party. My man Chris Christmas and Jeff and them, and rest your peace, rest your soul, Dwayne, from Too Hype, because they're in charge of it. They're running Reebok. They're the one who grabbed Dallas, who you just heard from, and bring him over. He's doing Kobe and Shaquille O'Neal's first sneaker.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
So Kobe's coming down. Me and Kobe is chatting philosophically, because I'm deep in the history.
So you knew and have met Kobe before?
Kobe was my man. Rest your soul.
Yep, R.I.P.
And he hung with Dallas a lot, but he always wanted to talk to me. So he come in town like, where Chill at? So I'm always like, yo, whatever you trying to do. So me and Kobe would talk at the Too Hype studio, and then we would go on to Shaq's birthday. It's when he's still with Orlando, I believe, at the time. And it's in Minnesota. We're at Prince's Club. So I'm on BET. Big Les is interviewing me for a little bit. But before that, she shows me and Prince Paul on stage, or Peter Paul on stage. Peter Paul is my partner with Marquess and them. Him is Stretch and Khalif. Shout out to Khalif. They do the Remember the Time video in Michael Jackson.
Right.
So they create that dance.
Farsight was in that shit too.
Yeah. So you see Khalif, my man Leaf, you see Peter Paul, and you see my man Stretch. Stretch has a whole dance video out about old school hip hop, right?
Yeah.
So
like Devin's dance moves. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, he's dope. Yeah. Stretch is a monster. So we're out there and we're doing our thing, and Stretch, I'm on the mic, and then it's a cipher. A cipher pops off. So we got Black Sheep out there. Shout out to my man CeeLo and them. Drez and Mr. Long. We got the Legion out there. Shout out to that whole clique. My man CeeLo, who taught me how to play CeeLo. Naughty by Nature, the Fooshnickens, Akinelli. Shout out to Akinelli. shout out to Naughty Bot. Y'all know your fam. It's a bunch of crews out there for his birthday party.
Right.
And
Because he was that's one cat who has like music with damn near every fucking icon you could think of, right? He has a song with Big. He has a song. I think he don't have one with Pac, but he has Big Pun. Like he had fucking everyone.
Yes.
Like ridiculous.
And Shaq could flow. He could really flow. You old basketball, you old goofy. And he'd get on the mic and start tearing it down. He just did a song with Zero.
I seen he did a song with the Young Coyotes. Have you heard of those cats?
Yeah,
There's some Mexican cats with bars, but gangster.
Shaq is ridiculous, man. Shaq.
I was even surprised that I listened to, because we listened to the whole song the other night, because I was telling the homie, and I was kind of shocked that Shaq would be on a song like that. But I mean,
Shaq is from Jersey.
Yeah.
So the cats forget, you know what I'm saying? He in the mix.
Yeah.
Shaq was in the mix. And so it was so funny because Tretch is like, yo, give me the mic. I'm like, hold up. And so my man Mock from the Fushnikins, I'm like, family first. You know what I'm saying? Let me take care of mine. Shout out to my man Tretch. But Tretch had fronted on me at the Flavor Unit joint because Latif was bigging me up. My man Vinny was bigging me up. Tretch like, he all right. Looking at me like competition instead of like, yeah, that could be my brother. We should rock it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Big up to my man Tretch though. So I pass it to Mock. So immediately when I pass it to the Foosh niggas, they like, yo, we rocking with you. So anytime, like Chip is my man. General Chip, he on there too. He on the joint. I showed you. They know it's all love. And then they was coming down here to Colorado anyway, back in the day when we used to throw events in Boulder.
Right.
My man Francois and them, and Alvin. And we would rock, and then they would rock, and then, you know. So we did that with them, Lords of the Underground, Keith Murray, on down.
You're naming all my favorites, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Keith Murray's the shit.
Keith was famous.
Lords of the Underground.
Keith's so funny. Now,
real quick, you know what's funny is I had the same homie that introduced me to both Keith Murray and like Lords of the Underground kind of at the same time, and he was like the little homie, and he was like the little homie before, like he was like 4 years younger. And I remember one day, his name is Play, shout out. He was like, you gotta listen to Lords of the Underground, this Keith Murray shit. And like after that shit, I was hooked on both of them, bro.
you're astronomical. It's comical.
And you listen to him on the doo-wop taste, bro, he be killing it. He be barring it up.
Doo-wop was so dope. Between him and Ron G, man, and Vic Most. Some of my favorite DJs right there, yo.
Right.
Favorite cuts.
And K Slate, shit. R.I.P.
Yeah, rest in peace. Rest in peace. Man, it was nuts though, man. It was just nuts. And Chip he would come down to the events in Boulder, and him and Mock and Pac. So when I seen them in Minnesota, of course, it's going to fan first.
Right.
I don't care who it is. So we've been, you know, that's been fan forever.
I can imagine the cypher at Shaq's birthday party type shit.
Ridiculous. Some of it was on BET. Some of it I think you can catch on YouTube. And Big Les is interviewing everybody as we come on stage.
Yeah, that's right. You said she was there, so.
Mm-hmm. Her, Yo-Yo's so fine.
Is she?
That girl was big. Yo,
She's thick.
And he was like, yo, she think you cute. I was like, yo, I think she's gorgeous.
She had those
Man.
eyes.
She had that booty.
Mm-hmm.
The booty was incredible, B. I didn't know. And Les, remember, Les was known for her hiney from LL's video, Round the Way Girl. So when we see, I was like, this is, yo, did you see her? And it's real.
Right.
There wasn't no booty injections at the time. Between them two and Rachel off Caribbean Vibes on BET, That's who Biggie talking about. I'd rather be in Caribbean Sands with Rachel. It's unreal. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We all dreamed of Rachel. But anyway, we had met there. Dallas was doing their sneakers. I was MCing and pushing stuff, pushing forth, and but they just messed up my deal. You know, that's all. If I signed any of the deals that were on the table for me, you know, Colorado's in the mix early.
Right.
You know, and you can ask the different MCs. Black Thought did the same thing Wyclef thought he was going to do. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, who won a battle? And he spit his bars, and then I spit my bars. And you could see the picture. He didn't want to take the picture, but yeah, you take the picture. So my sister clicks the picture. You got him behind me like,
Where was this at?
oh,
At one
this
of
was
his-
after their concerts. It's on my Facebook. Matter of fact, that picture. Let me see if I can find it while we chopping up. But we just we did what we do, and then I started to help other MCs because I seen two things. You know, I learned how to do consignment in the stores from Ice-T and King T. They came down here. We went to Sound Warehouse. And we're in the Raw Mall. He's like, I bet this don't even have my records and stuff out. Watch. This is how you handle a shorty like this. This is how you do your business. You hear me? Me and Jam's like, yeah. So we go in. He like, okay, I'm here in concert tonight. Baby girl, what's up? Oh, Ice-T, I didn't recognize. I said, I know you didn't recognize because you don't even have my records out. Should we just pull everything from Sound Warehouse? Is this what we're doing? Why? You knew I was coming. We talked to your manager. No. She goes out, gets the display they had sent a month ago. She puts it, she stocks all this stuff up. They like, oh, and people start buying on the spot.
Right. They see IC and boom, it's on.
That's how you handle a snitch like that, is what he tells us. She must have lost her damn mind. We go down the way to the other record store that was on the other side of the mall. They got his stuff out. Everything's good. He's selling well. He's like, you'll come to the concert tonight. You already know. Gives us, I'm in the concert. We get, you know what I'm saying? So, boom. It works like that. And it's just crazy, the different camaraderie and people that you'll meet along the journey of hip-hop. It's just nuts. I later meet him as a group called Don Chronicles. Me and my cousin Zim. We're performing in Aspen with him and Smooth the Hustler, Trigger the Gambler.
Okay.
It's a club. There's a guy named Mike with a bunch of tattoos. I can't think of his last name right now. Promoter. We get on the stage. Every time the crowd jumps, we go in the air. Jam is trying to DJ. The DJ booth or the DJ turntables are hanging from a chain in the air.
Right.
I said, so before we go on stage and find this out, I'm like, if they jump and it moves, we must go in the air. You need to think about how you're going to scratch.
Right.
And so he's like, they ain't going to be. So me and LO start performing. They start going crazy. And they're jumping. And he's going up in the air.
Oh, crazy.
And I'm like, I'm jumping in the crowd. So I'm rapping. I jump in the crowd. They start passing me. They pass me through the whole audience. I'm just rapping on my back the whole time. I'm going. After I finish rapping, my cousin is going. They still passing me. And they like, hold up, getting back up here. Make a bridge. They start putting their hands like this so I could walk on their hands. So I walk on their hands back to the stage.
Back to the stage.
Mike does the same thing. So if you see Mike with his eyebrows is tattooed, his head is everything is tattooed. He runs a couple clubs down here, downtown.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know.
Ask
He,
him.
Chances.
Yeah. His ass. Mike starts stage crowd walking the same way. I'm like, this is when I first meet him, but I'm like, this is nuts. And so Ice-T's like, yeah, never rock the crowd that hard before we go. You're like, you got a little something, man. Y'all got a little something. Don Chronicles? Yeah. I said, yeah, you don't remember us? You showed us how to do consignment. Then he looked at me. He said, "Oh yeah, yes." I was like, "Yeah, it's us."
Always gotta absorb that game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm like, we learned from you. So yeah, when you threw ice on us, right? So Ice T was a mentor. We had a discussion with Smooth the Hustler and Trigger the Gambler. They were doing a coroner label. I call my man Bugsy and tell him they're going to be at this club in New York. Esso's or Sylvie's or whatever the thing was. Bugsy ends up taking Crime Family down there. Crime Family gets a deal off of it, or something popped off. I got to talk to him to see the full particulars. But he called me. He was like, yeah, they down here. We about to, and then they went on and did their thing. So I was like, yo, everything after that is Loon getting a deal with Bad Boy. My man Nitty ending up working with Rick Ross, Meek Mill, some of the best.
You said writing for him, right? Something like that.
Yeah. You don't like to expose that stuff. Yeah, but he's in that camp for a reason. So, and he does his thing, right? Nitty's always been a dope MC. Nitty,
You
Bugsy.
said he's kind of he's part of some historical shit. We won't.
Nitty is. So there's a group. Did I speak on Mob Style earlier?
Not really.
No. So you guys watch a movie called Paid in Full,
Right.
which is based off of the clique Mob Style. Mob Style consisted of Rich Porter, AZ, Alpo, Gangsta Lou, Pretty Tone, Whip Wop. They had a couple other members,
Right.
that. Nitty. So if you go pull up Pretty Tone Capone, you're going to see a video called FOH, Fuck Outta Here, which they just was bumping 2 years ago. I had no idea it was him, and it's hot. I'm like, damn. Then you hear he's with another track with this cat Computer from out there. He does another track called Point Blank. Tone still got it from Mob Style. Mob Style got like 11 records or so. AZ is who the Paid in Full movie is after. He's like the main character played by Woody.
Right.
AZ in real life, when I was down in Harlem, me and his brother Chop would hang out occasionally. Before he passed away, he had the heart attack. Gangsta Lou, who a lot of the movie is about, which they have Alpo do the parts that Lou is actually the one, Lou setting it up. It's about, some of the stuff is what Lou did, not what Alpo did. Mm-hmm. Tone is, Tone is dope, but Tone was, he did his thing. And each member was their own individual. In the drug game,
Right.
they decided to do, if y'all don't mind me speaking Mob Style, with all due respect, my brothers, I'm just telling the story. So when they're doing their thing, NWA pops out. NWA is not really gangsters except for Eazy-E. He's
Right.
really Crip. Mob Style is some gangsters. Bodies and everything, right?
Real deal Holyfield.
Yeah. Y'all know the story after, and you only know part of the story. You're not even getting the full story. So, they actually have a little beef at first. NWA and Mob Style do. So, however that played out, y'all can go watch YouTube for whatever, Mm-hmm. But just being out there and walking the blocks, making sure I can only walk around because of Jeff and Gerald Stone. I can only maneuver on the top of Sugar Hill to the bottom of Sugar Hill because Gangsta Lou ain't got no problem with me. You know what I'm saying? I can only deal with certain people because me and Mike Boogie and Big L was cool. We ain't had no, you know what I'm saying? We was cool. Nitty, very important factor. I can maneuver around because Nitty got the clout. These people got clout, and me being, you know, a rapper coming to Harlem, even though, you know, they like, yo, this cat got moxie, he do his thing.
Right.
You still have to have permissions in the 90s to maneuver. You can't just walk on the block like out here. In Colorado, we could do what we want.
It's way different.
Yeah. It's all love, or even if it's hate, it's not, you know,
Not
necessarily.
hate.
Yeah.
It's not like New York or LA, like you said.
No. If you go on certain blocks in New York, you're not coming back necessarily. You know what I'm saying? You need passes. So, you know, when you in a tight environment like that, walking in polo grounds, you know, yo, who that? You know what I'm saying?
They're on it, bro. No,
No,
for real.
I'm me. Clean your plate. What you mean clean? Put the gun on your head. Clean your plate. You snort the coke. Okay, ain't no cop type situation.
making
you
sure.
Understand? Yeah, so, you know, people try to go tell them stories, but it didn't happen to you. You telling what you heard.
Right.
So I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? So this is the things for the people who, when you go out there, this is some of the stuff in the 90s that you know you have to deal with.
Do you think back in the day, real quick, it was more realer than it is definitely today?
Yeah, because you didn't have the gun. So if your death would be more brutal. So, and you wasn't so courageous because you would get your ass whooped.
Right.
Because you would get your ass whooped, you watched what you would say because you couldn't just run and go get the gun. Now, Jeffrey can go shoot the whole school up, you know, and he, you know, oh, look at this little monster. And he was a little monster.
Right.
But he wasn't brave until he got access to a gun. The more guns we produce, the more people have guns, it's different. This is like a Batman movie now. It's not regular living.
Right.
So compared to the 90s, the kids now, they anything, you know. The youth, even just the young adults, they'll say anything because everybody has a weapon. So no one actually has, you know, and they think you tough because you got a gun.
Right.
And we used to call you a punk if you pulled out a gun. You would be shamed and put the gun back up and throw your hands. So now it's the society is totally different. The idea of what a man is different mentally because it's based off of machoism, and their machoism is a bullet. And you can't, you know, you can never get society back until they run out of bullets. And that's not gonna happen. So
I was telling the homie the other day, do you ever remember the stand up with Chris Rock where he talks about to, you know, decrease murders, make bullets like $1 million, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And you know, it's kind of the same thing. If you fucking made bullets fucking $1,000, $2,000 a piece.
Yeah, because you're not gonna just be shooting.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything is gonna be precious again. And it'd take something like that to reverse what Reaganomics did.
I think a big thing with the that shit too in the youth is just the internet.
Well, the internet is not a bad thing.
No one wants to get their ass beat on the internet and go to fucking school the next day and be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, humiliated. Well, we had to do that on a regular basis.
Yeah. But it
was no
wasn't
big deal.
But it wasn't broadcast though. That's what I'm saying.
Who didn't know in your neighborhood though? You
But
know what
still,
I'm
it's
saying?
better than the whole world.
We didn't care. We'd be like, yo, yeah, he got me.
Yeah.
And then from that, you build friendships. Like I said, I probably fought almost all of my friends. And
That makes like a lot of sense. Like when you catch the heads, you usually end up becoming friends down the road.
And then if he throw hands well, you want him in your corner.
Yeah.
Because, yo, if he lumped me up a little bit. Yo, let's rock. Let's go. You know, as long as you wasn't like a punk, stealing, telling lies all the time.
Yeah.
Can't
Dumb
trust
shit.
you. Yeah. What's the meme where it got that little yellow animal and he be like Arthur He'd be like, I will let you come upstairs to my house, but my mama said you still too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's real shit.
Yeah, real talk.
There's some cousins that can't go, got to be walked to the bathroom.
Yeah, his characters is nuts. So, the character is lost in this society, and so you don't have everything is a virtual world. Interacting with real people is strange to you, especially after COVID. That really messed a lot of stuff up too. And hip hop is a unifier. Hip hop brings you back to ground zero again. Hip hop reunites what you should be doing, like going outside, playing with other kids, taking a loss in a b-boy battle, MCing, finding out you're not that lyrical monster, what you said in your basement wasn't that hot.
Right.
Going back to the drawing board, coming outside, getting accepted. Hip-hop makes you go through the rituals without getting beat up. You get love. You find out about girls. Girls find out about guys. You find out about just a whole new culture altogether. Everything is unified. People find out about people again.
Exactly.
Hip hop.
They need to embrace it. And one of the things I wanted to talk about too, which we haven't covered, is you said you went to Montbello High School, right?
Oh yeah, under pressure. Yeah.
And that's kind of how you met Dez.
Yeah.
Can you talk about meeting Dez and all that stuff, and just
Shout out to my man Sweethead and Swan, my man Swan Blaze, and my man Spade, Black Godfathers, everybody from the Black Godfathers. Rest your soul, Leon. I can't think of Galen, everybody in there. And my man, I don't know why your name slipped my mind. You tall brother with the dread. You know what it is. All right, so everybody over there, gummy, everybody. So me and Sweet had a walk-in, and a gun. A young dude pulls out his gun. Hey, cuz. For no reason.
This in the Bellows?
Yeah, we on the campus.
Okay.
Everybody knew I used to carry a meat cleaver or two.
Okay.
I pull out the meat cleaver. I say, what? I say, bust. Go on, bust. And I always paint the target, like, don't miss.
Yeah.
I'm telling him, don't miss. Pick a country, and I'm naming countries he shouldn't go to as I pull the machete and start chasing him. So Sweethead like, nah. He like that. He get nervous moving away. He like, chill. I'm like, I say, you lucky, my man here. So I put the meat cleaver up. We walk a few more steps. Dez and Sammy and like a bunch of girls and like a good number of the school come out. They like, yo, we heard you could rap. So like, yeah. I said, what, you the local MC? Like, yeah. My man Dez want to battle you. I'm like, all right, go on, spit your bars. He like, you spit first. You know how Dez talk. I'm like, I'm the visitor, and you challenging me. You spit. So he spit his rhyme. They like, oh, yeah. I was like, yeah, that's clean. So I go in. They like, ah! And then some of them stop screaming like, hold up, we cheering for that.
For the wrong person, though.
I'm like, all right, yeah, what you got? So he spit another, I spit another. He like, yo, you nice. I'm like, you nice too, yo. We're gonna have to connect on something. And so we ended on that, and we start to chop it up here and there.
Just kind of bumping into each other here and there. You guys do music.
And we still didn't lay a track down yet. And he invites me to an event he's having one night. I think it was at the Ogden.
His release party, probably.
Because I performed at that. We're going to get there. I think it's the Ogden or something. They doing a rendition of Prince's song, Pop Life. But it's called Street Life.
Okay.
So it's him, Boog, Steve, and somebody else performing with him. I'm like, that joint is dope. Because I always wanted to take the sample my damn self. He got to it first, and that joint was dope. I'm like, yo, that joint is popping. So he does his thing, and we start talking. I'm about to make a big move, but they call me. Boog and Steve call me. And Steve and Boog, they ran under pressure with the little dude, with another dude named Steve that had took money from a bank. About 27 million. He didn't finish the security system. So he's gonna get a life sentence.
And what do you mean by like he didn't finish like the security system?
So when you set up a bank, there's certain things for the FDCPA you have to do. Just being
Certain guidelines.
Being a former escrow specialist and working for a bank, and you have to have a certain amount of security for the bank. He skimmed on that purposely. So he's holding on to 27 million, basically.
So that was supposed to be 27 million spent on the security.
Correct.
Got you. But he kind of, like you said, did it for 10 million.
Put it in his pocket.
And kept the 27.
And so I'm like, what the heck is going on? So they like telling me, like, yo, we got the. So I had just came from the World Supremacy. And Steve and Boog approached me. They're like, hey, chill. You know, this is my man Steve. Shout out to Sheldon, his brother. Y'all know how Steve talk. He like, hey, chill. You know that one rapper from New York? Jay-Z, yeah, Jay-Z. So I'm like, yeah, I know JJ was running around with me at the seminar. He like, that's Boog's favorite rapper. He love that song with the, with the Foxy Brown and all. I'm like, all right, cool. So he wants to bring him down for a concert. So I called Jay, because Jay was with us at the Supremacy, and I told him, I said, if we get concerts for you, we're going to bring you down.
Right.
I connect them. And he brings Jay-Z down to Chocolate City.
So I remember that.
Right. Chocolate City was the Tivoli, I believe.
Yeah.
None of y'all came out to see him.
He had just came out with that shit. Like, just came out with that shit.
Nobody came out to see Jay. So, literally, the only people in the building was Dame Dash, Kareem Burke, and Jay-Z, Memphis Bleak. I was there. Stephen Boog was there.
And I'm saying Dez opened up for him as well.
Dez
right?
was there. And there was one other person walking around there.
You remember how much they paid him?
It wasn't a lot.
Right. It was probably like
He wasn't known.
Like I said, yeah, I know. Yeah. I remember his shit had just like literally like maybe a month or two came out, and I was like, he was already doing a show here.
Yeah. What was it? Reasonable Doubt?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he just dropped it, and I told him, I said, yo, you my mans, you coming out here. Period. So, boom, they bring him out. The next show, my man Big Pun, because me and Big Pun was supposed to be in the Hyenas. It's supposed to be me, him, Keith the Walk Watts.
What do you mean the Hyenas? Is that a group?
Mm-hmm. Me, him, Keith the Walk Watts, and I think it was 2 other members. Fell apart.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
And
but,
when you said he came out here, are you talking about the show at like the Mason Temple or something like that?
Right there. So, and I have that on video. And some of that video we show on the Souls of the Rockies video. So that's me performing at Punch Show. He was like, make sure he's there. I was like, yeah.
And this was like the Under Pressure. So they kind of started off as like almost promoters bringing out like hip hop acts, right?
Yep.
Or rappers. Like you said, Jay-Z, then Big Pun. Because I've heard about the stories, and one of the homies on the podcast said he was like, I know there's no road, but he's like, I was right there when they were performing, like rapping in the mic with them, like, you know what I mean, like face to face. Like he's like, it was sick. And then the other, I don't know if you know Foe,
my
King
man.
Foe.
Yeah.
He said that they opened up for him.
He was there
you know
too.
What I mean,
yeah,
opened up for him. But continue. I'm sorry.
Nah, Foe and Doe was in the mix. Yeah. They was there. And so what I'll do, I'll let you see the concert, or not the whole concert, but you'll see me, Funk Flex, Exhibit. So we're there. My man Zeus is on the video. Shout out to Sienna and Michelle. They on the video.
And real quick, what people don't know is Pun came. Didn't he come prior to that and play at Elitch's for the first time at Funk Flex?
I think so.
Like as part of a summer fucking jam. Like he played at Elitch's. Like he played here a couple times. Cause I remember seeing it first off, like on the fucking. Cause back then we were kids buying Elitch's passes, the summer pass, and they had the free concerts. And then like years later, I ran into my homie that was homie since high school. His name was DJ Hex, and he was a DJ for Cut and Crew.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he told me that he was the DJ for the Pun concert. He didn't DJ for Pun, but he was like the opening DJ, and he was so psyched because fucking Flex DJ'd for him and fucking used his turntables. And yeah, Big Pun. That was the first time at Elitch Gardens. I don't know what year. You have to Google it, but it's documented.
Facts.
And then he came again to the Mason Temple, which somebody's mom owned, supposedly, got forced out, but she was letting people do concerts there, right?
They had Badass. What's the other cat?
Badass was one of my favorite rappers, too.
He came with is his name Gonzo?
Maybe.
He fought with the little blood dude. He ended up dying. He got killed. But
Who's that?
the other rapper, he's from Cali. He was up there. Not at the Pun concert, but
Yeah,
he
but a whole
performed
different.
it. Yeah, and I was like, "What you doing up here, man?" He like, "Yeah, we about to get it in." I said, "I didn't even know you was coming in concert, yo." So that little Mason Temple had some. The arena was so dope.
I'd never been there or seen it. I just heard about it. I had just went to college.
It kind of pissed me off because I wanted to throw fights in there because we was doing I'm the
We haven't
president
got
of
to the
Supreme Striking.
we ain't got to the MMA,
that'll be another-
UFC.
I wanted to throw a fight in there because when you walk in there, it's like a gladiator.
Oh,
arena.
okay, yeah.
So I'm thinking, bring them on the stage, walk them down, set the cage up in the middle, put some tables on the floor. General admission is around that circuit. It's going to be nuts. Couldn't fit the cage in the damn thing because it turns. You know how it turns to get in. So, but anyway,
So the Under Pressure cats bring out Big Pun.
Pun. Dez is performing there. So I got Dez and Sammy. They on the video in there. They doing it. My man Kingdom is in there. He's performing that night. My man Mac and D is in there. I do a freestyle on the video. I'll bring it in here. And Pun performs. He does another show in Kansas, I believe, and then he does his last show. He passes away.
Yeah, he did. He was. That's what I heard.
600 pounds or something crazy.
I heard he was huge.
Yeah.
The homie Fo said he was a
And
big
he used to
dude.
be little. He used to be so little when we would walk the block. Because True Life, when I was in New York, True Life in Harlem was on the same block. Me and one of his partners, he got like a diamond dog collar and he walk his pits. We would walk the block a little bit. And Pun came up there before and he was little. Like not like
200.
built.
Yeah.
Nah, he was like 180.
Okay.
He was little. So when I seen him, like that was like, yo, what is going on with Twin, man? It's crazy. So it just it was sad to see that. But it was the Pun joint. And from that, Dez is performing. So they making sure he getting all the good spots.
Right. Because he's popping, and they were like, honestly, whatever they did, they did. But I mean,
Well,
that's
they
what.
didn't do it. Steve, not Steve from Stephen Book, but Steve from Hindustan, the Hindu gentleman who had the money from the bank that
Right.
opened up the Under Pressure, will put up the money. And I knew he was putting up money because when he announces who's going to be on the label and they asked me to be on the label, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. He's got Allison. He's got my man Day. He's got Dez. He's got my man Sherm DeMarco. He's got me. He's got
I remember one of the cats named Fu Man. Fu Man, and there was another,
Mr. Fool.
and there's another cat, his partner.
We're missing like 3 dudes. My man that was running with Julax, you was mentioning. Yeah. He had some dope rappers.
Yeah. Did we say Day Day?
Daddy was first. As a singer, Allison dope as a
Allison.
singer. And so we're on the label, and we're putting Dez's album together. So me, him, and Sherm do Project Made. I'm thinking of the hook, and I'm like, all right, we do Project Made, and then they coming with the lyrics, and we on point. I'm like, all right, we ready. and then I was gonna start working on my solo stuff. We do the concert at the Ogden. So we've got he's got Barry Bonds in the building. Big John is in the building. We got all of Montbello out there. We got a bunch of cats coming out. So we're in the mix, right? We're doing our thing, and then the end of the night, we go to the Crystal Rose. I'm talking to Zebu, my man Zebu. Zebu steps off. Me, Dez, and our partner AJ are talking, and all of a sudden, somebody starts shooting. Hit AJ, kill AJ. A cop maces me half to death. I swing on the cop. They rush me inside. It falls apart at the end. It's crazy.
Right. Was that the release party?
Yeah. Desmond
Because he
Howard
raps
was
about that in his music.
Mm-hmm. Desmond Howard was there for him. He ends up moving to Atlanta with Desmond Howard.
I remember that.
Passes away. Because everybody know Des like his drink, man. So, eventually his liver, his situation, got a little crazy. Rest your soul, boy.
Yeah, R.I.P. I seen him at the mall for like the last time after all the stuff he had kind of been through.
Mm-hmm.
And I, what I mean, kind of didn't, we recognized each other, but we didn't recognize each other. And then I looked at him, and I looked, see, that's Dez. He's Dez, right? He's like, yeah, like what's up, JoeThunder? And we talked briefly, and then like you said, a couple months later, he passed, man. But what I was trying to say earlier is like, what Under Pressure was doing, though, is they were providing the money you need to make it. Like, that they had that kind of money. Like you said, if you had fucking $27 million, of course, fucking $500,000, $750,000 going to be nothing to them. Because there were people, like you said, they were taking the tactics of puffing them, people with signs on fucking Koufax with Dez's new album, release party at the fucking Ogden. You know what I mean? Like, they were fucking getting it, bro.
You seen that yellow Averex poster all over the city. Mm-hmm. And part of that is because if you remember when I put out the Thirst CD, you seen Thirst all over the city. Mm-hmm. You seen flyers everywhere. If it wasn't a flyer, you seen posters. And I covered most of the city. I'm telling them, I'm like, you got a budget. They like, how should we promote this? I'm like, you have a budget. Let's go cover the whole city.
Guerrilla marketing.
We put posters all over everything. If it wasn't a poster, it was a flyer on your car when you came out the club.
Or a sticker or fucking something.
And it was every club. It wasn't... we was passing them at country clubs. You go to the Aurora Mall, you come outside, you knew Dez was going to have a new album. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you have to do it. And most people don't do it like that. They don't understand that. They think YouTube, which is good.
That's good, but you still have to get... My thing is you always got to get your hometown first. Yes. And the only way you get it is by putting it in their face, shoving it down their throat, just like the fucking radio does. You know what I mean? The reason the radio pops is because they're on every fucking day and they're doing it. Yes. If that was you or you had you know what I mean, like that, or you're like, like I remember one cat too, I don't even know if he's alive anymore, but he went through some crazy shit. But this cat, Kevin Pistol, you remember that moment where you would see his name, like little stickers and weed paste in there, who is Kevin Pistol? After a minute, you're like, when you see it, you're like, I'm going to check it out. And, he wasn't a bad rapper. So, that guerrilla marketing like that getting... Every time I turn the corner, you see my shit graffiti mentality, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Is part of the lick, is part of the game.
Yeah.
The internet is too, but you still have to start that fan base, like, you know what I mean? And it's, if you have a lot of homies, that's just going to help.
Yeah. Shout out to my man T Black, too. T Black as a singer, we moved the same way. T Black, and we working now. That's my brother. But that guerrilla marketing. Important. If you and it's because his ex-girl was plugged into Sunshine Records. Right. So we was always going to walk into Sunshine Records, and guess who? You know what I'm saying? So
right there. You might know, man. What was the name of the record shop that was on the 16th Street Mall between Walgreens and Woolworth? And right next to it was a hat shop that sold Kangos.
Was it La Casa del Funk was up the street?
No, that was way later. I'm talking about, yeah, it might be might be a little before your time. But no, that was on Larmer. I'm talking like, I mean, I bought fucking the Boogie Boys album there. I bought Roxanne there.
No, I remember because it had an upstairs. You talking about that one?
Nah, I don't. It was right on the 16th Street Mall. I don't think it was upstairs. No? I think it was just a fucking one liner. So you know where like Walgreens is now, right? And then if you go Caddy Corner, that used to be Woolworth. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then it was right next to like 3 down from Walgreens, but they used to sell vinyl all the time. And that's where I got my first records from. Like I said, Boogie Boys.
See, we were at Wax Tracks to get our vinyl. If we wasn't at Wax Tracks, we was at Sunshine.
See, that was way later. And Sunshine was way later. Sunshine was like when I was like in 7th grade.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So I may not have known about
I'm gonna have to Google that shit. Or if y'all listen out there and y'all know what I'm talking about, y'all hit me with the name. Because the timeline, that was the first shit. And then the second one was Sunshine.
Was it Sound Warehouse?
Nah. It was like a mom and pop shit.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the second one was Sunshine. And then right like a block away from Sunshine was a Sound Warehouse. And then third was, what's the place by the Gillian?
Oh, by the jail, huh?
Was it not? Fuck, I don't remember that name's either. We bought all our tape. We bought all our tapes from there, man. We bought all our shit. We catch the 24.
Cause he was in Montbello too. He was in the corner, but he was in Park Hill in the Dahlia Center.
And actually, that's an OG one too. That's That's OG. So okay. Let me think now. That's the second round with Sunshine. Yeah. The spot that you're talking about in the Dahlia, because I would ride I grew up in the East Side, right there, kind of Swansea. Yeah. I would ride my bike there to buy albums, and I bought I bought like gang of shit from there, bro. Like my homie got killed at the liquor store. Yeah. You know, like years when I was in high school, years later. But I mean, that was a spot too, is the Dahlia. So yeah, so the first shit, like we're saying, was the shit on the 16th Street Mall. First record, rap, R&B. I bought Midnight Star. And then the second one was Sunshine on Colfax and the place in the Dahlia.
Yes. And why can't I remember the name? Because we would be over there all the time.
Yeah, they had the dope-ass shit, bro.
It would piss me off because other people would steal from him, but we would buy from him, and he would treat us raggedy.
Ah.
And I was like, why you acting like that all the time, man? And then they moved. He had his spot in Montbello. Yeah. After that,
I don't remember that. I just remember the Dahlia spot. Like I said, I was a kid riding my bike from fucking 44th and fucking Vasquez, or you know what I mean, up to what,
Park Hill,
34th and Park. Yeah,
because we was on 32nd and
never had no trouble. But that's when you could do. Like I said, dog, we were the last ones to grow up. Our generations were the last motherfuckers that were allowed to grow up and have fun and be fucking teenagers. That shit didn't start going down till my senior year. But like for real, I'm a Mexican kid riding my bike from 40th and York to fucking the Dahlia to buy records, bro.
32nd and Dahlia.
You know what I'm saying?
Man,
with a fuck on a Huffy, not even a tight ass bike, bro. Not even like a
Diamondback.
Oh yeah, a fucking Huffy, bro. And I was just telling my mom, I'm gonna go buy some records, and they're like, you know what I mean? And I fucking died. Be careful. Didn't have to worry about shit like that back then, bro.
See, and that's because you had to fight.
Yeah.
It wasn't it couldn't just shoot you. You had to fist fight.
Yep.
And at the worst, you might get stabbed. But most of the time, you had to get busy. If you wasn't going to get busy, you had to shut up.
Exactly.
Because you would get beat up with something.
Yeah, we're going to have to find out the names of those spots, bro, because
yes,
there's a little timeline right there.
It'll come to me. Later tonight, too. But we would do that, and where was we at? Where was I? Was talking about.
We was kind of at the end of the Under Pressure stuff.
Yeah. Under Pressure. So
were you there when it got? So we haven't talked about. They definitely got raided. Were you there when that shit all went down? How did you get the news, or what the fuck went on? People lost albums. It was crazy.
Yeah, I wasn't there for the physical raid.
But you had to get a phone call like, "Don't go to the studio."
Yeah.
I wouldn't go to the studio for you today.
It was so crazy because I had just did some records, and me and this is how I ended up going to what's it called street, York Street Records.
Okay.
We had records we had just finished in there. Me and Sherm just did a dope record, and we couldn't get it out of there.
I heard all that shit got lost. Allison had a
Seized.
whole album seized.
Album was dope.
I think Dez was the only one that got the album out, right?
Day
And Day.
album was dope.
Like I said, they're putting the money behind it, bro.
He had 27 million. We didn't even need a mil. We just needed a quarter mil.
One thing I was always told about Dez is he always had the sweet and he always had chronic. And this is before no one had chronic back then. And he always had like a zip. I heard on him like 24. And like I said, back then, we were all smoking Reggie. It was not even smoking, but you know what I mean? Like, we were smoking like that.
No, I was. This is because I would move weed. I was in the Allbrooks, and when I put it in the rhyme with me and Sherm, fake, you will never sell a pound in dimes, throwing up gang signs in your fantasy rhymes. And here he come. It's Fig and Bump Johnson, Cronery and Bronson, hero to hero, substance de nero. You know, so, and the song was called I'm Not a Rapper. I'm not a rapper, I'm the get cane man. I'm the pop thing man. I'm the, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a rapper, I smack it, click, clack, push your wig back, smack and get that, all that extra stuff, right? So, matter of fact, it's on YouTube. I'll let you hear it before I roll it.
You got to send me some links. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so we do that. Later, Jeezy, you know, say the same line. Sold a whole pound in dimes, ha ha. You know what I'm saying? So this is stuff we already pushing out. 90s to 2001. They get seized. Once they get raided, I go over to York Street. Me and my man from O2P, Jay from O2P, we do a track. My other partner G was in there, 2G. And some other cats, we doing tracks. We laying them down. Even before that, I'm messing with my partner from.
Hey, real quick? Who's dealing or who's You said the York Street Studios.
Yeah, York Street Records.
Was that like I'm thinking maybe Soul P?
Nope. This is
Let
Loose. That's my man's too. But he's over there with my boys Raw Shun and them, my man Black Hood and them, me, Black Hood and Scooby, when we used to do freestyles together. Shout out to Hood and Scooby. What is his damn name? It's in my head too. Anyway, he did real estate. He's kind of used to lift
big
weights.
dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sharon, my man Sharon. Yeah. So Sharon is running York Street. They coax me over there because Sherm is going over there supposedly. So Sherm is there. I'm over there. We go in there. Me and 2G and 2G's cousin put together some records. Before we even go over there, let me stop. I dropped my third CD. I'm like, I got to get something out the bend.
Right.
So I'm messing with this cat from the Mafia, my man Lance. Lance, cause he knows one of my sparring partners and my partner Andre. We're all at 3D Martial Arts together. Dre was doing business with Lance, you know what I'm saying, in the fight game. Lance is building clubs. He's the one who rebuilt Larimer 21.
Okay.
He's the one who owned the Diamond Cabaret, and he's the one who built Kitty's upstairs. When he finds out he's gonna go do time, he ends up selling those to some Russian dudes that we know. He gives me some money, and I give up some money for my project, Thirst. So I'm doing my Thirst CD. I grab Cavalier, my man Akil, and
Cavalier,
my man,
the producer or rapper?
the producer,
Yeah, I know.
my man
Yeah,
Cavi.
that's old school. Too.
What up, Cavi? We was just working together not too long ago too. So, Cav, Akil, my brother Akil, and 2G, my man 2G. So those three are on my CD. So you know my beats is on point.
Right.
So we go do the third CD. The third CD does well because I'm doing consignment. I'm putting posters everywhere. I'm moving. I think I sold like close to 10,000 or something like that. It was close to that.
Damn, that's
So I didn't really open my mouth about too much. I just was like, yeah, I just did that. So I'm in the stores, and then I'm still traveling back and forth to New York. But now I'm like, I got a hold on this,
right.
so I'm gonna just push because my man Loon got his record deal, or was my man's. He got his deal. They didn't call me. I wrote the rhyme. I wrote the battle rhymes for Lady Luck. She got her record deal off the battle rhymes. She doesn't call me. Bugsy is orchestrating their deals. Leland, her uncle, gets money from Sony. He comes in there with like $100,000 watch on. One of the dudes that was with us, knowing the circumstance, he like, yo, how you got a diamond watch on? And I ain't got no car. I ain't gonna. They like, get them out of here. So you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, you can't wild out like that, but you calm down. You know, not everybody's broke either out here, over here.
Right.
So Frank puts in the rhyme, Murder Induced by Chill was the name, MIC. Back in the day, he puts in the rhyme. Far from simplistic with them $1,000 plane tickets, because I was spending a G and some change to fly to New York every time. He like, how you doing that? I'm like, you already know. So, we taking chances just to make music to try to make a difference. You know what I'm saying? And I got a crew behind me. Yeah. It's pictures. We talked to my man Dallas. Dallas and Chris Christmas had pictures if they ever pop up. I'm hanging from one arm off the pole, off the little bar areas in Montbello where you in them little ditches.
Yeah.
Holding a gun. My crew is around me. You know what I'm saying? We taking pictures like that.
Right.
I'm in another picture with a big, huge bag of chronic and a gun and my dreads and gold teeth. You won't recognize me, hopefully. And we in the room, picture. And I'm like this. So, I'm trying to get out of that situation so we can start to, And they're offering me deals for, like I said, we had $500,000 on the table. We had $300,000 from Shock Chem and them. $500,000 came from Def Jam. $250,000 came from Puffy. So and so was doing this. PMD and DOS Effects app. They was like, yo, you coming with us, kid? Right? I'm like, yeah, we rocking. And so I'm thinking we about to go. We about to set the vehicle off, and nothing happens. Now you in a situation. So Under Pressure had to be the next thing for me.
Right.
So, what happens after that? After that Crystal Rose affair where AJ gets killed and all that other crazy stuff happens, everything quiets down for a minute. I tell Zabu, I see my man Zabu, I said, yo, somebody was trying to kill us that night. He said, same thing. He tried to get me too. It's weird. I said, yeah. I said, whatever you doing, knock it off. Just shut everything down.
Right.
He's like, you think so? I said, shut everything down. Somebody's talking. And so they come, they lock up Zabu. They ask me a bunch of questions and follow me around real heavy. After they follow me around real heavy, they go and they lock up the Under Pressure stuff. Once they lock everything up, I'm like, what's the next move? We go to York Street. So we go to York Street Records, yo. And there it is. And that's Under Pressure's story. They put out Dez. Dez was hot. Even Desmond Howard is pushing for Dez at the time. And for whatever reason or another, he doesn't put out another one that's with Umph and Pop. And I'm like, Desmond, you got paper. But remember, there was an issue at the club Me and Jam was DJing that night, and the Bronco gets killed. Remember?
Darren Williams, yeah.
Yeah. And I just walked him to the limo,
I remember that shit.
and then he got whacked. So it's crazy. Hold on, honey. I'm doing an interview. So stuff like that just can it can derail a whole situation.
Nah, for sure, for sure.
Then Dez moves in with Desmond, and they're in Atlanta.
Yep.
And so I'm assuming he had no wants or worries.
I talked to him about that. He said it was kind of fucking shitty out there because everyone was hating on him because he was not from Atlanta and he was the cat from out of town type shit. You know what I mean?
Well, you got to fight through that adversity. That's what's going to happen. You know, when I went to New York, it wasn't Peaches and King. It was, oh, you think you could rhyme?
Just prove it, yeah.
And they come up and start getting at you, right? Case in point, Charles Sutton. Shout out to you. Shout out to my, to my other partner over there, Scotty. Scotty from Character Music. You know what it is? They family. So we go to Charles Sutton's joint. He just buys Prince's old board with all the sounds and stuff.
Right.
In there. So, you know, we and you know them from the Source magazine. They do the Madden football tournaments over there.
Okay.
So this was a double whammy. So I'm in there. I just come in there. We chilling. We vibing. And somebody tells Nafis, the cat Nafis. Nafis did some records too. Nafis is dope. Mm-hmm. They like, yo, that's the cat from the World Supremacy Battle. He was on stage with Mobb Deep and the Cellar Dwellers and what's my other dudes? Bushwhackers and them. Right? So he starts trying to battle me. I said, yo, is he signed? He like, we gonna sign him. I'm like, you don't want to battle me in front of them, man. Because back in the day, if you try to battle somebody and you had a record deal on the table, that wasn't going to work for you. If you lose the battle, you're going to lose your deal. He tries to battle me. I tell him, stop. Nah, I could take you. So he spits his bars. I'm going off the head. This one I'm nice off the head.
Right.
And I kill this dude. So I kill him the first round. Everybody like, oh, God. They like, nah, that's just warm up. Everything's good. So Charles like, Nafis, that's what you got? Go again. I said, Charles, man, don't do that to him. We good. We straight. Nah, I can take you. He goes again. Bugsy like tear him down. So I basically, the next rhyme lost him his record deal.
Jeez.
So now Charles is kind of mad because that was his dopest MC, he thinking.
Right.
So I'm like, and Scotty's already about to bring me up there to try to be like, yo. So I mess it up even more. We're playing Madden. Charles won the last Madden tournament. Mm-hmm. I'm like, man, you don't want to play that, man. Calm down. He like, what? We do this for money and all that. I'm like, yeah, but we're different. Me and my clique is different. So we play. I got my Steelers. He got his squad. It's like, what did I score? 55. Damn. It's like 55-14.
Oh, shit.
So the last play, and this was the last straw, I catch the ball. I throw it to Hines Ward, and I run to the end zone. And before I get that, I put the stick down. I said, yo, you had enough. We good. I pat him on the shoulder. He like, nah, we got...
Rematch.
That was the third game. It was done. Mm-hmm. But it was funny, but at the same time, he was like, yo, this little kid came in here and blew out our best rapper, and then he kicked my ass on the Madden. This is my bread and butter, right? So, I mean, shout out to my man Scotty. Shout out to my man Tumbling Dice.
Right.
That was the end of Nafis's career, as y'all know it. He ended up coming out later, but
it was never the same.
No, not after that. These moments, man, from funny moments, just some funny stuff would happen, man.
Well, on that note, you're just gonna have to stick around and wait for part 3.
Part 3. We'll do it. We'll do it
We'll be back.
Yeah.